Hello guys, hello, welcome to my channel, Simply Deborah. I pray everyone is having a fantastic day. Sorry about that. I pray everyone is having a fantastic day. Today is Monday. I believe today is the 13th. Yeah. So I just got in from work and I am getting ready to put dinner on. I made a promise that I was going to do better with cooking dinner. This morning I was rushing, so I was running late. So I got everything like thrown around and tossed around. So I am now sorry guys. I was rushing this morning, didn't have time to take my clothes downstairs. Okay, there. So, hello, let me try this again. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Simply Deborah. I pray everyone is having a blessed day. I pray that, I know I'm just moving. Like I said, I just got in from work and I am actually getting ready to put dinner on. So, let me try to sit my camera up here. See how that works. Oh, it works okay. So I had to stop by Jewel's just to pick up a few items. I had put a turkey on last night for dinner, so I guess we will have turkey. And I wanted some macaroni and cheese, so I thought I'll make that along with my daughter wanted some sweet potatoes. So I brought her some sweet potatoes so I can make that for her. And my husband's request was some string beans. So everybody got what they requested for today. My husband wanted the turkey and the string beans. Like I said, I cooked the turkey last night. All I have to do is take it out the refrigerator and heat it up. And I went to Jewel's because I had to get some oatmeal. And they only had 2. I was so upset. Guys, if you see these in Jewel's, please pick them up for me. No, just kidding. Just leave them. I'll get them. I'm like, everybody like these now? But yeah, there was only 2 on the shelf. So I got those 2. I actually got some rolls. I haven't tried them, but I'm always feeling things and touching. And these are so soft. They're called Martins. I've never tried them before, but they were really, really soft. So I think with my turkey and macaroni and cheese and sweet potatoes and string beans, those will probably be really, really good. I actually brought my daughter the Hawaiian rolls, but I brought me and my husband those. And I thought I can have some left over for tomorrow and I can make me a little turkey sandwich. So I was like, that would be absolutely perfect for just a little turkey sandwich for lunch. And I brought my husband some romaine lettuce. He wanted to make a salad, so I got him that. And I am going to get started on, I have my water boiling for my macaroni. So once it comes to a boil, oh, I actually don't. I put the water on the stove, but I never turned the eye on. So I am going to add some salt in the water. And that won't take long at all to start boiling. I brought me some slices of cucumbers. It's trying to focus. It's trying to find me. There I go. So I brought me some cucumbers. So I'll have these for a snack for lunch or before lunch tomorrow. I just have to remember to take them. Okay, so I brought 4 not so big, nice size sweet potatoes. So I'm gonna fix those real quick. Get my cooking sheet because that's what I will cut my sweet potatoes on. So I'll put these on real quick. Have to peel them first. I hate sweet potatoes because they're so hard to peel, or to cut actually, not to peel. Peeling is the easy part, it's cutting them in the slices. So I have 4 of these that I will actually cook, and they should only take about an hour. I'm gonna have the eye up really high, so maybe not quite an hour, 45 minutes. It's going on 6 o'clock now. I would have came straight home from work, but I didn't have the sweet potatoes. So, which it still works out because my daughter is actually at work and my husband. So, by the time they get home, they will be able to eat a hot meal. So that's what's important. And I cut my sweet potatoes very thin. I know some people that put brown sugar in their sweet potatoes. I don't do all of that. I'm very, very simple, guys, when it comes to cooking. Taste is key to me. So I try not to make things so complicated. Is that my phone ringing? I think it is, guys. Give me a second. Hello? Hello? Let me take it off of this Bluetooth. There.
Hello?
Hey, sorry about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, cutting up the sweet potatoes.
did you leave a car enough over where I can get my car in there?
Yep, I sure did. I pulled it over as close as I can get to the, like you had it.
Okay.
What time you leaving?
I'll settle.
Oh, okay. Well, your food should be nice and hot by the time you get home. Do you think I should just put that meat in the microwave?
Yeah, you can just microwave it to your taste. You don't have to do the whole thing, just what you're gonna eat.
Just a couple of pieces.
Yeah, to what you're gonna eat, then you won't,
Dry it out.
right.
Okay.
You ain't gotta come along and microwave it again,
Right.
So get what you were just warm the portion of that you was gonna eat.
Mm-hmm.
Sierra work today?
Yep, she's at work now. She don't get off until 10.
Okay.
Alrighty.
All right, talk to you later.
All right, love you. Bye-bye. Okay, guys, so I am peeling my sweet potatoes. And like I said, I know some people like to put a lot of different things, cinnamon, brown sugar, and so much in their sweet potatoes. A lot of people like candy yams. I'm not a fan. I just like old-fashioned sweet potatoes. Peeled, and all I put in it is butter and sugar. And I let it cook down, and they come out really well. So, told you, I keep it simple. So I was talking to my husband. I had actually a conversation with him. And I was talking to my sister and my daughter about it. Well, I'm sure you all know in previous videos that my car window had got shot out by somebody, some kids, I'm assuming, with a BB gun. So I had to go and get a rental car on Saturday morning so that I have a car to get back and forth to the train. And it was this young lady in there, and she was just talking, and she was like, oh, your nails are so pretty. And she was like, oh, your hair is cute. And she was just going on with giving me compliments. And I was like, oh, thank you. And she was like, I'm a truck driver, and I really don't have time for all of that. And I was like, well, self-care is so important. You know, if you don't take care of yourself, ladies, who is going to take care of you? And she didn't comment on it, and my husband was like, I think that was kind of harsh. And I was like, not really. I was like, I think, you know, ladies can talk to ladies like that. Although she didn't comment on what I said, she was just going in on about her being a truck driver and a million excuses about how tired she was and how she's not able to do anything and that she's on the road so much. And I was like, oh well. But I believe self-care is very important. I believe taking care of yourself, physical, health-wise, outer appearance is very, very, very important. So my husband was like, I think you embarrassed her. I was like, no, I don't think I did. So I'm actually, tomorrow, I was thinking about going back to Dollar Tree when I get off the train. And still on the hunt for fall things. All I brought so far was one thing. I brought a sign that goes like in your front yard that says Home Sweet Home. So So I brought that, and which you saw in a previous video, but I think I'm gonna go back tomorrow. I know I was talking to my daughter-in-law, and she was saying that they put stuff out like every other day, and she was like, if you didn't, you know, see what you were looking for, you go back a couple of days and you may see something different. She said they never really carry the same things when it comes to seasonal items. So I guess I'll go there. And this weekend I think I'm gonna go to Michael's and pick up a few fall things. I love Michael's fall items. I think they're so gorgeous. So this year, which I never really do it as far as decorating my house for the fall time, but I think it is so beautiful, and I love to see other people's decorations. So I'm gonna do it this year. I don't know how it's gonna come out, but we shall see. So I am going to try it. So as far as doing a lot of DIY projects, I don't know about that. I may try to do a couple, but I don't think I'm gonna do a lot, guys. So I cut 3 sweet potatoes, and I think that might be enough. Like I say, my daughter, she love sweet potatoes. I guess I'll cut the other one. What the heck, right? I'm already down to 2. Might as well, 3. Might as well cut this one. They weren't big sweet potatoes. They were small. So worst case scenario, we'll just have some for tomorrow. And I know she would love that. She always liked leftovers. With me in this eye today. I'm thinking I had the eye on. That's like the second time. Double check. It is on now. I'm like, why isn't my water boiling yet? Because like I said, usually that stove, it doesn't take long for the water to start boiling. So I actually, okay. So I saw this lady today make on YouTube some spaghetti. So I was talking to my daughter about spaghetti on yesterday as we were out and about, and I was telling her my daughter do not like spaghetti. My daughter is very finicky when it comes to food, and when I was carrying her, there were certain foods that I just could not eat. She was very picky, even inside me. If I get around certain food smells, I would get nausea. I would have to throw up. I was just a mess. So I was telling her about that. So when I was pregnant with her, guys, before I got pregnant, I used to love, oh my God, spaghetti. I would cook spaghetti at least once out of a week. One day out of a week, I would have spaghetti. When I got pregnant with her, I did not want to see spaghetti. I did not want to smell spaghetti. I didn't like anything with sauce. It was so weird. And I was telling her, when I was carrying my boys, they were just so simple. I mean, nothing irritated me. But with her, oh my God, it was so different. So, still to this day, guys, I'll eat spaghetti every blue moon. Spaghetti is not a dish that I have to have anymore. So, and now since I've cutting back on ground beef, I definitely won't be eating it. So, I was looking at a young lady today, and she was making her spaghetti. So guys, what I do is I rinse it off with cold water once they're all peeled. I rinse them off with cold water. really good. Wash them down. Drain that water. Got one more sweet potato I cut. If I dropped 2 of them on the floor. So yeah, so like I said, I washed these off really well. Drain the water off of them. And then I fill the pot up where the water is just about to cover them, but not fully cover them. Because that sugar and butter is gonna caramelize. And it's gonna turn the water that I have in there into like a caramel line for the sweet potatoes. So I just rinsed them off one more time. So now I'm adding my water in it. And I'll actually show you. As soon as I get enough water in them. Okay, so I'll show you how much water I have in them. So as you can see, the water is just about there. So they're not fully covering the sweet potatoes. Because like I said, that butter and sugar is going to make caramelize. It's going to caramel, give it like a glaze. And what I do is I'll put 1 stick of butter in it. That's all you need. And I use Imperial margarine. I'm sorry. I use Imperial margarine. So I have my fire on high. I drop 1 stick in there. And then I'll put 1.5 cups of sugar. And that is it. That is all. And once that is done, I will show you the finished product, guys. I'm just gonna sit my camera back over here while I get the sugar down. Here. And all I use is granulated regular sugar. So. Put in 1.5 cups. Okay guys, so I'll show you there's the sugar in there with the butter and the sweet potatoes with the water. And what I do is cover that, get my lid. And the lid that I use has holes in it to allow the steam out. And that way the water doesn't bubble up. So, do you have those pots? I have nice pots, but this pot cooked my sweet potatoes so good. And I don't know, certain pots that I won't get rid of. When you buy a full set and it's just like, you don't want to get rid of that because it cooked, you know, your food really, really good. So, it's certain pots that I have for certain items that I know how it cooks it. And that pot is my sweet potato pot. So I know I'm crazy like that, but I think they cook them really well. And all I use is just a regular cup, a cup and a half. So I'll wash that out. And I'm waiting on my water to start boiling, which you notice that I actually just had turned it on. And the macaroni that I will be using is the Creamettes macaroni. I'm not making a big pan. All I'm doing is making a little small pan full. Enough for me and my daughter, because my husband really don't eat macaroni and cheese. So I have this real little aluminum pan. So that'll be enough for me and her, and to have leftovers as well. So like I said, I fixed my turkey yesterday. That's just in the refrigerator, and all I have to do is warm that up. So I'll warm that up once everything else get done. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up this mess, and when I get ready to make my macaroni and cheese, I will come back and show you that. And I'll be with you in a minute. I'll come back in a moment. Okay guys, so my water has started to boil. So I'm gonna put my macaroni over in there, and then I'm gonna get ready to make my macaroni, the batter, the mix that I put together for the macaroni and cheese. I guess I'll go ahead and put the macaroni over in there now, so that can be started to cook. So like I said, I'm not cooking in big pans, so I will not cook this whole box. Probably, because you know when it starts to cook, it swells up. So I probably got about half of the box in there. And I'll save the other half for another day. So, to make my macaroni and cheese, what I do is, and everybody, when I make my macaroni and cheese, guys, it does not last. Everybody love my macaroni and cheese. So let me close this cabinet. Sure, you don't want it to look all up in there, but because I'm using such a small pan, I'm not gonna make a lot. But if I was to make a big pan full, I will use about six to seven eggs. But since I'm just making a small, I'm gonna use probably 3 eggs. So I'm cracking my egg. Last night for dinner, I made some kale. And that was my first time really eating kale. And when I tell you kale, guys, I thought it was gonna be like a texture, like soft, like greens. I love turnip greens. And of course, we all know turnip greens take so long to cook. If you have a quick technique as far as how to cook quick turnip greens, let me know. Comment down below and let me know what's your quick recipe for turnip greens. 3, maybe I'll put 4 eggs in it. So there, I have 4 eggs cracked up. Every time I see like the red little vessel blood thing, I have to remove that. I don't like that in my eggs. So take that out. There. So, okay, so I have my 4 eggs in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let me stir my macaroni and cheese, or my macaroni. The cheese is not in there yet. So I'm just stirring that, loosening it up so that it can all cook thorough. And again, guys, I like cooking my macaroni and cheese or my macaroni in a certain pot. Although I add salt in it, if I use my green pot up there, that's a Martha Stewart, it seems like it sticks to the pot. So I'm just trying to make this even. Seem like I'm crooked. There we go. So it seemed like that it sticks. I always rinse off the top of my jars or cans as well and wipe them off, because when you open them, I use, what the heck was that? I was looking everywhere the other day for this doggone corkscrew. Now, go figure, when I'm not looking for it, I find it. Or when I don't need it. I was actually looking for it to open up an old bottle of wine I had in the refrigerator so I can pour it out. And go figure, when I need what I need, I never can find it. Okay. Found it in the dishwasher. So what else I use is, I was raised when I used to make macaroni and cheese, my mom used to put whole milk in it. And I noticed that if you use carnation milk, guys, it gives it more of a thicker texture and a better flavor. So I shake it up really well. And I puncture 2 holes, 1 in each side. And I use this wand and I pour the milk in slowly and stir it and mix it with the eggs. And because I'm not making a, like I said, a full pan, I think that'll be enough coverage for it. So this is the texture that it's gonna look. It's very thick. The milk carnation, guys, is really, really thick. And then what I do is I add salt. This is the iodized sea salt. This is the only salt that I use. I don't use the Morton salt. I don't like that. And then I use oregano. And I put that, some of that over in there. I love, love, love spicy foods, guys. So I put some pepper over in it. And I put some red pepper. I actually just brought this, so give me 1 second, I have to open it. Okay. And the only red crushed pepper I like is McCormick. Seems like the other one, and I have one in there, is just not hot enough. So I put a good portion of that in there. And then what I do is I take my wine, and I mix all of that up really well. Ooh, that pepper. So, of course, you can add whatever you like. You can add little or more. So you can add little or more in there. But that's it, that's all. And I use my cheese. Put my eggs back in the refrigerator. And I'm actually gonna throw out this Panera bread that I had we had this on Saturday. So I don't think I'm gonna be eating any more of that. So I'll get rid of that. And my macaroni, if you can see the texture of it, it's already getting fatter. So once it's nice and big, you know the macaroni is done. I do not like macaroni and cheese, overcooked macaroni. If you eat it, I know someone that makes macaroni and cheese, and she cooks her macaroni too long. And when you eat it, it just, I don't know, the texture of it does not taste right. It tastes like it's like really, I don't know, like loosely, if that's the right word that I want to use. It's really soft. And like when you eat it, it almost feels like you're eating mashed potatoes. Yeah, that's how it is. Oh, I know what I was telling you guys. So I was looking at someone make some spaghetti. And in her spaghetti, she makes the meat sauce, and then she makes her spaghetti and put the spaghetti on the plate, and then the meat sauce on top, and then, you know, she mixed it all in. So that's fine. But how she was actually making the spaghetti. Okay, so she went and she had 2 packages of ground beef. Then she had 2 packages of Italian sausage. She says she usually get the ground sausage, but because they didn't have the ground sausage, she got the links, which is fine. And then she take the sausages out of the casing, and you know, she cooks that. So first she chopped up her vegetables. Once that was done sauteing, she put that over in a pot or in a bowl. Then in the same skillet, she cooked her Italian sausage. So she cooked that, and she mixed it, cooked the Italian sausage until it was done. Then she took that out, she put it in the pan with the vegetables, and then she put the ground beef in the pan, and then or the skillet. Then she cooked all of that and got that brown. Then she poured all of that in there. Then she got this big pot. Okay, so in the pot she put her spaghetti, or not spaghetti, she put her ground beef, her sausage, and her vegetables in the pot. So then she had a big jar of ragu sauce. She poured that in there. Then she had, oh my God, she must have put like 10 things of seasoning, 10 different things of seasoning in there. She put, and she wasn't putting a lot, but she put lemon pepper, she put pepper, she put salt, she put garlic, she put garlic powder, she put red crushed pepper, she put some more things in it. She didn't put any oregano. I remember her saying that she was not going to put any oregano in it, but she put a lot of things in it. And so she got that going. Then she got the minced tomatoes and poured that over in there. And what threw me, that's all fine, and that to me is about normal. I just don't like all that seasoning. How I normally would cook my spaghetti is I would cook my ground beef. Then, this is when I was making spaghetti, but I would cook my ground beef. Then in my ground beef, I would chop up my onions, bell peppers, and I would cook all of that together. And then I would have my spaghetti boiling while that's cooking. And then in my skillet, I will pour over a can of ragu sauce. I'll put a can of tomato paste over in it. She had Larry seasoning salt. That was another one she put in it. I'll put a little Larry seasoning salt. I'll put salt and pepper in it, and that's it. But she put a lot of things in that. And then once she did that, she went and got the ketchup. and she put so much ketchup in there that, you guys, I was like, I never saw anybody make spaghetti with ketchup. I thought that was really, really weird. I don't know. If you make your spaghetti and you put ketchup in it, I don't want to offend you, but I've never made spaghetti like that. And if you have, comment below and let me know if that's common. I've never in my life heard of that. But although I've never in my life heard of someone putting hot dogs, cut up hot dogs instead of ground beef, they would cut up a hot dog and put that over in the spaghetti. Make the spaghetti with the peppers and everything in it. I don't know if it's cheaper. I don't know. But I will never put hot dogs over in my spaghetti. Never, ever, ever. But when she put the ketchup over in the spaghetti, that kind of like took me. I was like, oh my God, I never ever saw anybody add spaghetti. And I've never even heard of anybody adding ketchup to their meat sauce for their spaghetti. But hey, they ate it and they said it was going on. So teachers on, maybe that's something new. I don't know. So I do love my food season, but that one right there, I was like, okay. So now you can see my spaghetti. The noodles are nice and big. So I would say this is done. So now what I'm gonna do is turn it off. I have my oven going. So let me drain the water and then I rinse it with cold water. So I'm gonna do that and then I'll come back. I'm just gonna sit you up here while I get my strainer and I put that in the sink and drain that. I rinse my spaghetti, or I rinse my spaghetti off and my macaroni and cheese in cold water. So I just take it and I dump it over in the strainer. Like I say, guys, with this pot, I never have anything sticking to it, which is good. So I drain it, I rinse it all off in cold water. Drain the excess water out of it. Release in the garbage. I didn't use all my carnation milk, being because I did not. Okay, so I'm sorry about that. I had to change my disc. So I'll put my macaroni over in my aluminum pan. Move it closer. And what I'll do is I'll make one layer and then I'll make another layer. So, and what I do is just cover that whole bottom layer with macaroni. So as you can see, I added that macaroni. So now I'm going to put in this sauce or this mixture. I'm going to put in a couple of tablespoons of butter. So I'm putting in my butter now. Then I'll pour this over in it. And what I do is I mix it to where all of the macaroni will have the coverage of all the flavors that were added into the milk. So I'm making sure that everything is fully covered. And I think it's pretty much covered. So, show you guys. So if you can see, it all has fully coverage. It's not a lot in there. So it will cook down really good. And depending on what cheeses you like, darn it. Depending on what cheeses you like, I use, at different times I use different cheeses. So it's not like this is, you know, my go-to regular macaroni and cheese, but I'm adding, I always put provolone cheese in it. I always add mozzarella cheese. And I always add sharp cheddar cheese. I do mix other cheeses with it, like around the holiday, but today, those are the 3 cheeses that I will be adding to it. So, I would get Colby cheese, just a lot of different, whatever they have, the more the better. So what I put in first is my mozzarella cheese, and I always get the shredded, and I just take it and I spread it where it's all covered. And then I add my provolone cheese. And my provolone cheese, I just sit right on top of the mozzarella cheese. And then I use my sharp cheese, cheddar cheese. And with this, I just sit this on top of the provolone cheese. So all I'm doing is layering it. On the top. So then I'm going to put in more macaroni. On the very top, I'm going to put this on top of the cheddar. So, this is what I have. And then I just repeat the steps. I pour the rest of my mixture in it. So I'll do that right now. So I just cover it and try to get it all covered with the milk and all the seasonings that you added. And then I add my mozzarella cheese on top of that. And again, this is what it's looking like. So I add my, there we go, my mozzarella cheese. I put the rest of that on it. And I do like full coverage. So I try to get it on there really well. And then I add my provolone cheese. So if you can see, I'm just putting it right on top of the other cheese. And this is a little pan, so. And then I'll put the rest of my sharp cheddar cheese on it. So that's it. If I had more sharp cheddar cheese, I would have it where you would see no foil, you would just see only the orange cheese on it. But because this is all I have, this is all it is. So that would be enough. So now what I'm gonna do is cover this with some aluminum foil and let it cook. And once it's done, I will come back and I will show you all how it's looking. I tried to make my aluminum foil stick up a little so that the macaroni or the cheese don't melt on top of that aluminum foil. So then that goes in the oven. And my oven is at 425. And I'll let that cook. I typically let it cook for about 45 minutes. So I will wash these dishes out because I hate a mess. And then once I'm done, once everything is done, I will come back and I will show you all the finished product. So I will talk to you all in a moment. So guys, my food is done. I was warming up my turkey. So here's the string beans, the macaroni and cheese, and the sweet potatoes. So everything looks really, really yummy. Should have put a paper towel over my meat. But here's the turkey that I had cooked on yesterday. It's a small butterball turkey. And what I will do is go ahead and dig it. Really cheesy, guys. If you can see down up in there, you see how everything, how it all cooked and all came together. So that's how it's supposed to look. And then I have my sweet potatoes. If you can see the caramelized. And I'll get just a few sweet string beans.
You need any of these closed receipts in your car?
Nah. Just a little one. Guys, I don't think my bread this is my first time eating this bread, and I don't think it needs warming. No, I was saying I don't think it needs warming. They say soft, tastes great, no high fructose corn syrup, no artificial dyes. Huh? Recording. No trans fats, no ADA, no GMO, contains vitamin B1 and calcium. So, this is what I have. Look at that macaroni and cheese, guys. Mmm. Guys. Oh my God. It's always so freaking good. So, I'm gonna go. I am gonna smash this before I can get my video uploaded. I am tired. I wanna take a bath early tonight and get in the bed. I was so dragging today. So, this is my dinner. Those sweet potatoes, those string beans, oh my God, are so freaking good. This is the sweet potatoes. You see the caramelized on it? Let's see how it tastes. Oh my God, so good. Oh my God, the turkey is so good. Ooh, this bread is really good too. Guys, this is really good. This is gonna be a good lunch tomorrow at work. It really is. It's super good. Everything is just on point. Turkey is nice and juicy. I know some people say, I don't like turkey. Turkey's too dry. Not my turkey. So good. This food right here make you want to smack your mama. Good. Oh my God, it's so good. Nice, fresh, and hot. This macaroni and cheese is so freaking good. It's always good though, guys. I love it. So, everything is super, super good. So, I'm gonna go so I can finish eating. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, sorry I'm talking with a mouthful of food, but please go ahead, hit that subscribe button. And I am getting ready to smash this, and as they say, I got receipts. I got receipts, y'all. It's good. I'm gonna go. I'll talk to you all later. Bye. Love, peace, and happiness.